offense of Ole Miss.
C.J. Daniels is the veteran presence. He's on the right side, but D'Angelo Pons is across from him. Brown is the back. Beck steps up, delivers downfield, intercepted! Jamari Sharp makes the pick that will clinch Indiana's first national championship.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Network. This is not Cigars and Sports. I apologize. I just got so excited after the game that I wanted to do like an off the cuff. However, it doesn't matter. Same show. Probably Jim might appreciate it. So it's I guess it'll be a Cigars and Sports and off the cuff at the same time, man. But crazy national championship game. Wow. At the end of the day, let's start that it was a freaking battle. It was a battle between two freaking heavyweights. A battle of heavyweights, of wills. Look, Miami did not give up. All right. Miami did everything they needed to do to stay in the game. Both defense came to play. I mean, we know that both defenses are top notch. Miami went after Mendoza like I've never seen a defense go after a quarterback. They bruised Mendoza. They made him feel uncomfortable. They made him bloody, popped his lip. Now, don't get me wrong. The Indiana defense was doing the same thing to Carson Beck. Carson Beck was, I'm telling you, they had Carson Beck all bottled up. But it was a battle of wills. Which defense can I do the other? And pretty much it was going to come down. You saw this from like the first quarter that it was going to come down to which quarterback will be able to perform at an elite level to keep their teams in control. And that quarterback was Heisman Award winner Fernando Mendoza. Unbelievable story, man. I know you've heard this. You're probably watching ESPN right now, and you've heard this, that, a kid who two-star recruit, couldn't walk on to the University of Miami, went to Cal, had a good career, comes here, wins the Heisman Mendoza, first Cuban American. Again, big shout out to the Cuban American community. I mean, I am a Miami guy. Love the U. If you go to my archives, I even posted a video and stuff like that. But it's hard not to be. I'm disappointed for the U, but it's hard as a Cuban American not to be happy for Fernando Mendoza. He got his ass kicked, gave it his all, comes back with a 12-yard rushing touchdown for the ages, flying into the end zone. What an unbelievable game. He didn't have his best game, but he made some throws. His receivers came through, making some huge freaking catches. Becker, I mean, that back shoulder cat, two of them were insane. Amari Cooper Jr., unbelievable. Kalen Black and Roman Hembry, they ran the shit out of the football. It was just unbelievable. Look, Miami right here, the Hurricanes should not be ashamed of themselves. I know they're ashamed. They're disappointed. But this is like the greatest national championship game I've ever seen in my life. I'm not a big college guy, but this is by far, and I've been watching all of them, one of the greatest games. Unreal. I mean, it was a heavyweight fight. Big punch at the big punch. If somebody got, Miami will go down, especially in this fourth quarter. It was an insane 12th round. This fourth quarter was like an epic 12th round heavyweight boxing match where Miami will go down from a knockdown, will get up and knock down the next person, and then knock down Indiana. It was like that all the way until the last play with Jabari Sharp, hometown Miami kid, by the way, not highly recruited, made the game-sealing interception. Unreal. First time ever. First time ever in Indiana. First undefeated season in college football history. And he comes from an Indiana Hoosier team. It's not basketball. It's not the NCAA championship that we just won in men's basketball. It's college football championship. Unreal. Let's go. I got some highlights. Let's take a look at this play by Mendoza first and foremost, and then we got. I mean, it was a heavyweight fight, man. It was just a heavyweight fight. I mean, take a look at this. You had in the fourth quarter when it was 17-14. Here's the play of the game.
He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and goal. Diving toward the end zone. Touchdown.
Family celebrating. I mean, look for Fernando, dog. Right here.
He won the Heisman Trophy. Go diving toward the end zone.
Right.
Weaves his
Boom.
way first
Gets backed up and then just dives into the end zone. Unreal.
Touchdown.
A thing of beauty.
That's why he won the Heisman Trophy.
What a call. What a call by Curt Cignetti and the offensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan. Quarterback draw. He definitely breaks the play.
Quarterback draw. Makes the plane. Fourth down. This is where legends are made. Championship game on the line. Unbelievable. The undisputed first pick of the NFL for sure. The toughness, the mental toughness, the physical toughness, because he took a beating out there. Fernando Mendoza did. He took a beating. So did Carson Beck. Carson Beck was also getting his ass kicked. But Fernando, at the end of the day, made the right plays. He didn't have a great game. But again, the IQ, the toughness, the reads, the tough throws. Got some great help from his wide receivers. But that's what football is all about, man. When you have a quarterback that your wide receivers believe in, they will make those extra plays and those unbelievable plays because they have the confidence in their quarterback. And that's what happened tonight with Becker. And that's what happened tonight with the great catches that Becker did and Amari Cooper Jr. I mean, and look, and Surratt had a couple of drops. It was unbelievable. It was insane. And now, all right, let's go back. So it's funny because after this play, Miami did not hold back. Emotions were running high. And look, I'm going to give Miami credit. All right? I'm going to give Miami credit. They made a drive. Well, let me go back over here. There you go.
He's got it on the pitch.
Right here.
Tony breaks free. Malachi Tony.
Tony is nasty. This dude's going to be, it's going to be somebody special in the NFL. You know what I mean? He's going to be somebody special in the NFL.
Is there a more exciting player in this sport?
This is really an outside stretch play. You know, I mentioned he was in the backfield. This is really an outside zone run to the right with Malachi Tony. Good job by the offensive line. Just a different wrinkle with the formation. But he is so instinctive.
What a play, man. I mean, look, it's funny. You go and score from that angle, and then you get this play by Malachi Tony, and then you're like, wow, we got to get back on the field. We got to get back on the field, and we got to do what we got to do. There was about 6 minutes left, 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. And then Fernando just drove them down to field position. They killed about 4 minutes of that particular drive. And it was textbook by Cignetti. Now, he got a little conservative there at the end. I'm talking about Cignetti. Left Miami about a minute and a half, more than that, about almost 2 minutes, about a minute and 52 seconds to make that drive. And then you get that hit by the quarterback, illegal hit on the quarterback to get him 15 yards. That was a little tough. Carson Beck in the previous drive made some really good plays, but then he threw that costly pick, man, and it's over. It is over. You got new champs. You got the new champs, and that's the Miami Hoosiers. I mean, the Miami Hoosiers. And that's the Indiana Hoosiers. Cignetti was a mastermind. Shout out to him. Cignetti was a mastermind. It was a battle of chess between him and Mario Cristobal. Shout out to Mario Cristobal. Shout out to the entire Miami coaching staff. and players, regardless of how it ended. It was one of the greatest games of all time. And there's going to be some coaches there that are going to get an opportunity to probably be a head coach somewhere else. So Fernando Mendoza also won the offensive player of the game. I'm going to see if I could find oh man. And of course he goes out there and, hugs his mom and his dad. The kid has an unbelievable story, and he deserves to be the number one pick, man. He does. He deserves to be the number one pick. And he says all the right things. He does all the right things. As a matter of fact, Al Davis and both Tom Brady were at the game watching Fernando Mendoza today. Let's go to the chat. South Bend, Indiana here. IU, the state can celebrate. Shout out to Tripod 70. Yeah, man, my man. That's true. Again, look, I'm a Miami fan. I'm Miami. I was rooting for Miami, however, because I live here in Miami. I live not in Miami, but South Florida. But I'm a huge Fernando Mendoza fan, being a Cuban American, just like myself. Everybody loves Fernando Mendoza down here. It's one of those things that a lot of Miami U fans are hurting today, but they're happy that a hometown kid won a national championship. They're not going to say it. The U fans are not going to say it, but there's a lot of Miami folks and South Florida folks that they're happy that a hometown kid won the Heisman. He is an absolute animal. Absolutely. Yep. He is an absolute animal, bro. Number one pick and deserves everything he deserves. He deserves everything that's coming to him. It just sucks that he's going to be drafted by the Raiders, but I think this time around, knowing that they have a great guy, a great quarterback, I think the Raiders should do what's right by them. All right, let's go take a look here. Oh, here's the thing. Here we go. The first time, oops. Let me get that out of the way. Fernando Mendoza enters some good company for the first time. Give me 1 second. Check it out. Let's take a look at this. Check it out. For the first time ever, let me close this tab here. Only QB since 2010 to win the Heisman Trophy and the national championship in the same season. Mendoza, Joe Burrows, and Cam Newton. Two quarterbacks have made it to the Super Bowl as well. Haven't won it yet. Newton and Burrow. Cam Newton is an MVP as well. Let's see what the future holds for Fernando Mendoza. Number one pick for Shizzle. And Signetti is going to celebrate.
Finally, how are you going to celebrate, Coach?
I'm going to have beer.
Enjoy that beer, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, man, this guy deserves to have a case of fucking beers. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know what the future holds for Signetti. I mean, I know what it holds. It holds greatness, and it's holds a lot of money in the future. But this guy has an NFL job waiting for him whenever he wants. Whenever he wants, he has an NFL job waiting for him. And he deserves it. This dude deserves it. And it's true. Go Google him. All he does is win. All right, let's see what we got here. Next. See if I got the interviews. Oh, this is dope right here, man. You know how Fernando Mendoza is all about his family. His mother's with MS. Let me play the clip here. Wholesome moment. There we go. I'm going to tell you something right now. Here's the thing with family and Fernando Mendoza, right? As a Cuban American, Fernando is second generation American, right? Cuban American. But his grandparents are in the scene. Always give his grandparents props because his grandparents were the ones that escaped communism to come to the United States of America. Talking about Fernando Mendoza's grandparents. And if it wasn't for his grandparents, Fernando Mendoza would not be here today hoisting a national championship trophy, being the Heisman Trophy, because he would have never gotten the opportunities. His grandparents risked their life to escape communism, get to Miami, provide a life for Fernando's parents who did well for themselves, especially his dad, doctor, played high school ball with Mario Cristobal. And to have, and then same thing. It just becomes a generational thing. His parents have himself a good future because of Fernando's grandparents. And then, of course, here comes a generation where Fernando's and his brothers are providing a better future for them kids too. So that's what it is. When you see them hugging mom, dad, then he's hugging his grandparents, nothing right here in this world of Fernando Mendoza would have been possible if it wasn't for his grandparents to have the courage, have the fucking balls to leave a communist country, escape the communist country, not leave. Because I'll guarantee you, nobody leaves Cuba. I am a Cuban American myself. We didn't leave. We escaped. None of that would have happened if it wasn't for his grandparents to have the courage to escape a communist country. So he gives us props. That's why he spoke to them in Spanish at the Heisman ceremony. They're over here in the biggest day of Fernando Mendoza's, and the grandparents are here too today in the biggest day of Fernando Mendoza's life, winning a national championship. Unbelievable story. There's a lot of grit and courage with this kid. It all starts with the parents, the mom, her battle with MS. I'll guarantee you that when Fernando gets up every morning, he goes, there's nothing in this world that should give me, that I should not overcome, because my mother is overcoming a bigger battle every single day. She is fighting a battle that is harder than putting on pads and hitting the field. There's a reason why this kid is so motivated. He's motivated because he has idols like his mom and dad, and the courage of a mother who every day shows how she battles and doesn't let a disease beat her. That's why Fernando Mendoza is the type of person he is. Faith first and foremost in front of everything he does, then family. Kid is he has all the tools so far. And today, regardless of the numbers not being great, Fernando showed that he has the toughness, because that's an NFL defense right there. He has the toughness to be an NFL quarterback. Check out his interview.
This game, it is the fourth quarter. You're leading by just 3 points, and coach decides to go for it on fourth down. What did he say to you in that huddle, and how did you execute it?
That's one thing about our team. We're always going to put all on the line. And, I want to give all the glory and thanks to God there. My offensive lineman blocked perfectly, and we're able to execute the team towards a common goal, have the Indiana Hoosiers synergy to score, and then give our team a chance to win the game.
How did you get it in there, though? You had to go airborne, Fernando.
I had to go airborne, and I'll die for my team. Whatever they need me to do, they need me to take, shots from the front and the back, whatever it is, I'm going to die for my team out there, and I know they're going to do the same for me. That's what makes us so close, and that's what makes this national championship so special.
Show my cameraman right there your arm. You can't imagine the beating this young man took last night.
I mean, shout out to Miami defense. You can see why their two edges are first-round picks. I mean, it was going to be a physical game. And, we had to play physical, and we did play physical. We elevated it, and it's victory so sweet for everybody, for the entire Hoosier Nation, but also, it's super sweet to myself. I was a two-star recruit coming out of high school. I got declined to walk on offer to the University of Miami. Full circle moment here, playing in Miami for all the friends and family. I can't thank Coach Nettie enough, and Coach Whitmer and Coach Anna for taking a chance on me, and just give all the glory to God.
You've been a little boy sitting in these stands watching people play on this field. How do you describe walking out of here a national champion after all these years?
There's no words. There's no words. This is the most special moment of my life, and I know my teammates either. There's no one else I'd rather do it with.
Thank you, Fernando.
Thank you, guys. God bless.
It would be enough to just win a championship.
It is full circle moment, man. It's such a storybook. It's such a storybook ending to his college career. Just on this moment alone, I think there should be a movie made. They made one after Kurt Warner. They should make one after Fernando Mendoza. And I as much as I wanted Miami, again, I'm going to say it. I being a Cuban American, I'm a huge fan of Fernando Mendoza. Just as pride, just for pride, and I think the right person won, the right team won, but it was such a battle, and I think being the first undefeated team, beating probably one of the top defenses in the country, or the top defense in the country, against one of the greatest defensive coaches in Mario Cristobal, this team should probably get the title of the greatest football team college football team of all time. Not because of just the quarterback, but everybody in that squad was a contributor to winning a championship. And I'm tired of hearing that, oh, they're a bunch of men. They're all 23, 24-year-olds. You know what, dude? Stop saying that, because they're a bunch of men who worked their asses off, right? Because they were not recruited highly, but they worked their asses off to get to this point today. I don't want to hear that shit, because when you got like 20 freaking 5-star recruits against a quarterback that's a 2-star recruit out of high school, your running back was a 3-star recruit. You know what I'm saying, bro? Your linebackers, everybody here. I don't want to hear that. They worked their asses off and not only look for opportunities, they made their opportunities from team to team using the system to get somewhere, to finally get to the top. To me, that is more valuable than talent. That is more valuable than fucking 5 stars. Stop knocking this shit. Knock it off about, no, they're a bunch of grown men. They're not, they're still young men who busted their ass when nobody wanted to give them a chance. They made their own opportunities. They made their own chance. They made a fucking team. And guess what? They're national championships, and everybody can suck it. Let's stop making excuses. It's called fucking entitlement when you start bashing these young men because this team, because they're a bunch of grown men. Get the hell out of here. They deserve to be here because they earned the right to be here, and they earned the right to play Miami, who has like 20-something 5-star recruits, and beat Miami's ass. They earn the championship. Coach Signetti, I'm telling you, the future is bright, whether he's going to stay in Indiana or whether he's going to go somewhere else. But this dude has figured something out. And don't hate the player, my man. Hate the game. Absolute unbelievable game. This is, to me, one of the greatest games I've ever seen in my life from a college football standpoint. I think it's probably one of the greatest college football games probably out there that I've ever seen. It's one of the best championship games ever. Might be the top. I don't know. What you guys think? Unreal. Fernando Mendoza, man. Fernando effing Mendoza. Next for Fernando, baby, is the NFL. By the way, he was also named Offensive Player of the Game. I don't know. I should have given it to the defense. Next for Fernando is the NFL. And I'll guarantee you that Tom Brady is going to make sure the Raiders pick this guy number 1. Because a kid that loves he idolizes Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady sees a lot of himself in him. And if the Raiders do draft him, please do right by this kid. Give him an O-line. Get him some more weapons. You got some pieces. The Raiders has pieces. Genty, Bowers. You got Max Crosby on defense. They just need an O-line. Let's see what coach they can get. I think you need a coach that can identify this kid's Mendoza's skill set. There's a lot of good skill sets that he has. But most importantly, I think his leadership, his physical and mental toughness are huge. Qualities that a lot of quarterbacks don't have that. Those two qualities of leadership, mental toughness, and high IQ, you can't give that to a quarterback. That is, you're born with it, and you learn along the way. So let's see what the future holds for Fernando Mendoza. So here we go. That'll be, I think the future is bright. He's encountered tough roads from high school through college. Now he's a national champion. The NFL probably would not be any different. It's probably going to encounter a tough go at the beginning, especially if the Jets draft him. No, but I think the Raiders are not going to let him go. Shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers, national champions, first undefeated team. And what a great game. Miami, keep your head up, baby. You keep your head up, baby. You You just fell a little short. Imagine this team with Cam Ward this year, better caliber than Carson Beck. I think it would have been a different story. But that's the past. This is the present. Shout out to Indiana. Great team win. Miami, keep your head up. That's it. I just want to get on here today and give my reaction to this unbelievable game. I know it's 12:05 here in Eastern time zone, and I don't work tomorrow. That's why I'm doing this today. I've had a super long weekend. I took the day off after the national championship game because I had some stuff to do tomorrow too. But it was great. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody that tuned in for this. Appreciate everybody that tuned in before to tune into the podcast all the time. Check out the latest edition from Cigars and Sports with my man Jim from Fan in the Van. We did a show on Saturday. I was a little under the weather, so it wasn't my best. But go check out his podcast. He had a new episode today. Check him out, man. Appreciate you all. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations to the Hoosiers again. Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast signing out, y'all. Peace.
Yo!